How's it going, everybody? Johnny Birdman here, bringing you a new series called Players to Watch. Basically, I'm picking players that I think are going to have great regular seasons next year, and players that I think are going to be difference makers in next year's NHL 12. So, let's take a look at our first candidate, shall we? My first player to watch for next season is Phil Kessel. Number 81, the right winger for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's right. I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, he's only picking Phil Kessel because he's from Toronto. No. Phil Kessel had a great year this year, and I think he's going to be a breakout stud. He's going to have a great career. He's number 81. He's a right winger. He's 6 foot, 202 pounds. He shoots right. He was born October 2nd, 1987. Wow, same year as me. A month away. Wow, 23 years old. He was drafted by Boston in the 2006 draft, 5th overall. Traded to Toronto for 2 first-round draft picks. Now, Phil Kessel is only 23 years old. He's fairly young. But look, he's got 374 games played. I mean, he's not a rookie anymore. He really isn't. He's got 128 goals, 117 assists, 245 points. Not bad for 374 games played. 34 goals on the power play, only 1 shorthanded goal. He's not out there, obviously. He's an offensive player, not a defensive player. 20 goals that are game winners. Pretty good, pretty good. But here's where it hurts. Shooting percentage. He's only got 10%. Alexander Ovechkin has less than 10%, but he takes 1,000,000 shots per game. The real good players have around 15% shooting accuracy. So, Phil Kessel, you got to work on that, buddy. So now let's talk about last year. And the Leafs, they had a disappointing season. But you know what, Phil Kessel, I think he had a good year. He didn't get injured, he played a full season, and he had 32 goals and 32 assists. Now think about that. He had 64 points, 32 goals on Toronto, okay? He didn't have a Crosby at his center, a Stahl, a LeCavalier, a Briere, or anyone like that. No, he had to work with Bozak and Lupul, okay? 32 goals on Toronto, I think that's a great season. Keep it up, Phil Kessel. So now let's talk about how EA Sports judged Phil Kessel in NHL 11. And in the offensive category, I think it's very accurate. Everything's around the mid-80s to higher 80s, and I think that's very accurate for Phil Kessel. I think maybe Deakin can be a bit higher, but other than that, I like it. I like it a lot. Defensive category, very accurate. Mid-70s, yeah, he's nothing special defensively. He's a sniper. He's not a two-way forward. And athleticism, I think acceleration can be a bit higher. I mean, if you ever watch Phil Kessel play, he's very explosive. He'll go from 0 to 60 in nothing. So I think acceleration can be a bit higher, but other than that, I think Phil Kessel is very accurately portrayed in NHL 11. So one of Phil Kessel's strengths is definitely his quick release shot. He can get a strong, powerful, quick, accurate wrist shot off at the net from basically anywhere on the ice, and he does not need a lot of space to do it. I mean, I've seen him pop it top shelf or low blocker with 3 defenders around him plenty of times, alright? But here's the thing, it hurts him just as much as it can help him, because he tends to lean on it a lot of the time, and he creates turnovers, or he creates useless shots where he just throws it at the net and the goalie easily sees it, and it's a turnover basically, you know what I mean? I think as he matures as a hockey player and he gets older, those turnovers and those stupid shots will fade away, but he will still have the ability to rip it top shelf or low blocker, so he'll be a more effective sniper. As for next year in NHL 12, I think Phil Kessel is actually going to suffer. I think his wrist shot accuracy and slap shot accuracy are going to go down because of his low shooting percentage this year. And I think acceleration should go up, like I said, but I think overall he's going to suffer. Which is sad because I'm still going to pick Toronto. But in real hockey, I think he's going to have a great season. Brian Burke is going after Brad Richards, I hear. So if we can get a strong center, a strong playmaking center for Phil Kessel, I guarantee you 40 goals, maybe even 50 goals. Oh, that would be Toronto Maple Leafs Stanley Cup winners next year? Oh, okay, wait. I'm biased, Johnny. I'm biased. So, Phil Kessel, your player to watch. Hopefully, we get to see plenty of this, Leaf Nation. Take it easy, boys.